that I want to focus on. And it's a story that has come up from literally nowhere. And one hopes that what has triggered this story is just an innocent faux pas, but I don't think so. In Assam, at a top-level meeting of the Congress Party state unit, a senior leader stood up and sang the Bangladesh national anthem. You can see him in the middle of your screens, Bidhu Bhushan Das, and he's a senior Congress leader in the state, viewers. He's an experienced politician. He knows the difference between the Indian national anthem and the Bangladesh national anthem. Yes, viewers, the anthem of the country that is plotting with Pakistan to outflank India and where Islamist extremism is rearing its messianic head to wage Ghazwa-e-Hind to ensure the downfall of secular Bharat. Viewers, it is to that country that the Congress sang a paean. Listen to this Congress leader serenading Dhaka. Just listen. Amar Sonar Bangla A. Amar Sonar Bangla So viewers, this is the executive committee meeting of the Seva Dal in a particular pocket of Assam. Senior leaders are there. No one is even getting up and saying, could you pipe down, my dear friend? And when the Congress was confronted with this fact, it turned around and pointed out that the song was composed by Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore and was therefore an iconic ode to Bengali culture. The Congress also patronizingly pointed out that the Bengali culture is shared between the two nations. Of course, viewers, we all know this is a fact. But Rabindranath Tagore, and I have produced the facts and put them out there, we just put it out on the screen. But Rabindranath Tagore ji also composed the Indian national anthem. Here are the facts. Amar Sonar Bangla, written in 1905 during the Swadeshi movement, it became the national anthem of Bangladesh after its independence in 1971. Jana Gana Mana, our national anthem. This was originally part of the longer song called Bharato Bhagya Vidhata, one of the refrains. It was adopted as the national anthem of India on January 24, 1950. If the Congress truly wanted to exalt Bengali culture and specifically Tagore's contribution to it, it could have just as easily sung India's national anthem. Or it could have saved itself the blushes entirely and could have sung Bankim Chandra Chatterjee's Vande Mataram, the iconic nationalist poet of the Bengali Renaissance. The question, of course, is this: was the Congress playing to a political gallery where it made sense to tune out India first? Viewers, these are the fundamental questions that I'm going to pose today. Let me begin with Tushar Gupta and Nikhil Jain. We also have Tuhin Sinha here with us. He's an author. Tuhin Sinha, I just want you to first put it in perspective for our viewers. Look, the Congress says we were singing to celebrate Tagore's contribution. And this is a shared legacy. We shouldn't run away from this fact. Urdu is also a shared legacy between India and Pakistan. Why are we trying to sort of rewrite the script of history? How would you respond to them?
Well, good evening, Rahul. Good evening, everybody. You know, the sinister motives of Rahul Gandhi's Congress is out in the open, and it can't be, just brushed aside. Please note that this incident where the Bangladesh national anthem is being sung by a Congress leader in front of a Congress gathering happens around a time when the present Bangladesh establishment has been mischievously floating a flawed map of India which shows portions of Northeast as belonging to Bangladesh. My simple, straightforward question to Congress party today is it complicit? Is it directly working towards the sinister Greater Bangladesh agenda? And this is not the first time. This is not the first time the Congress has taken an anti-India line. In fact, the way they have been trying to give validity to the Hamas, either through their leader Imran Masood or through allowing and not condemning a Khalid Mashal rally in Kerala, or the way they tried to convert an Operation Sindoor victory into surrender barely 10 days. I think this Congress party's anti-India behavior is out in the open. But yes, the significance of this present singing of Bangladesh anthem is even more worrisome because, like I said, this present Bangladesh establishment is fantasizing about parts of Northeast or perhaps the entire Northeast belonging to Bangladesh, and Congress seems to be complicit in that agenda.
Okay. Nikhil Jain, how do you respond?
Yeah, I think Toheen really has a problem of seeing everything with a communal lens. I really don't understand how is the topic of Palestine relevant or Hamas relevant in all of the discussion that we're having. Secondly, this song was sung by a Congress worker at a district level meeting of the Congress Seva Dal, and it is a song, as you clearly pointed out, which was written about the heritage and culture of Bengal, the larger region of Bengal. In 1905 by Rabindranath Tagore. In 1971, Bangladesh adopted it as their national anthem. Now, just because Bangladesh adopted it as their national anthem doesn't mean that Rabindranath Tagore's song about the cultural heritage of of Bengal cannot be sung by people in India. And that's a foolish logic for the BJP to go by. These are the same people who have a problem with Urdu. Why? Just because Pakistan made the language their national language and official language, and that's not how you look at your own heritage. Just because Bangladesh adopts a part of the shared heritage of the subcontinent or Pakistan does it, I am not going to divorce myself from my heritage. I'm going to sing all the songs that Rabindranath Tagore wrote. I'm going to read all the ghazals and shairs in Urdu, and that's perfectly fine. That's part of my heritage.
Can I just ask you the devil advocate question, so to speak? Yes, you could sing pains to Bengali culture, Rabindrasangeet. You could pick many other songs and poems that Rabindranath Tagore ji has written. Also, you could have, of course, sung the national anthem.
So it's very often that you have Congress events where the national anthem is sung,
but
where
I
the
didn't hear it
international flag is hoisted.
here. I didn't hear it here. We were told that it wasn't sung, but the Bangladeshi national anthem was sung.
Do you play it? No, it is a song written by Rabindranath Tagore, so far as I am concerned.
But I'm saying that you can choose. Okay, one second. Let me bring in Mr. Gupta.
The Congress party does unfurl the national
You
flag.
have chosen to go with...
Unlike the RSS.
I understand.
Unlike the RSS, which were not ready to accept the Indian national flag for 52 years. I'm sorry, 55
I think, again,
years
Mr.
after
Jain,
Indian
again,
independence.
Mr. Jain, there, you are once again mixing up fact with fiction. I'm not sitting here and getting into the flag debate. We weren't allowed, private institutions were not allowed to fly the flag.
Nope.
But just calm down. And Mr. Bhagwat is on record. He answered this question when he said that on every major national public holiday, the Independence Day and Republic Day, we are all allowed to do so. We did so. And once the ban on private groups, people at their homes was lifted, to fly and unfurl the tricolour, we did so. Anyhow, I don't want to go down that because that's not part of this particular debate. Viewers, the fact of the matter is that they have chosen to celebrate Tagore in a particular way and through a particular idiom. Mr. Gupta, what's wrong, says Nikhil Jain? So big deal.
I would have bought... I would have bought Nikhil Jain and the Congress's innocence, but I also remember the same Congress during Jharkhand elections had a district leader saying, "Unke log aayenge to hum unko cylinder denge."
I don't think it was a very senior leader. I think it was the state unit chief or something. It wasn't just some abstract personality.
Yeah, pardon me. Exactly. Yeah. But it was a significant Congress personality who said that the infiltrators would also be given cylinders under whatever Yojana runs in the state. The same Congress stands against NRC. The same Congress has an issue with deportation and the prospect of it. The same Congress has a problem with CAA. The same Congress raises concerns against our national security interests in the Bay of Bengal. So how do you expect me to believe that this is just an innocent celebration where Tagore is being celebrated? And let's assume it is. Let's give Nikhil Jain, our dear friend, the benefit of doubt. Where was this concern and love for Tagore when the same Bangladesh was dismantling his legacy during the recent revolt, the violence over there, the arsoning over there? Nothing from the Congress. You heard absolutely nothing from the Congress. Today they want to reclaim Tagore. That day when his house was burned down by the arsonists in Bangladesh, not a word from the Congress. What kind of selective convenience hypocrisy is this? This is no innocent mistake, Rahul. This is an agenda. Today they are saying, let's sing their national anthem. Yesterday they were saying, give them cylinders. Tomorrow they'll say, give them homes. Who's going to stop them? Tomorrow they'll say, give them homes. Shared legacy, shared heritage, shared history, shared culture. Where does this sharing stop?
That's a moot point.
Now he's lying. Can I please fact check his lie?
Yeah, of course.
Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha and the president of the Congress party, wrote to the Prime Minister in a publicly published letter. There are two incidents on the international stage which are extremely worrying for us, and vandalism of the ancestral house of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, the author of Amar Sonar Bangla, the national anthem of Bangladesh, is problematic. He has written.
I'll tell you when that happened, Nikhil Jain, since you want to be really punctilious. That happened after the Congress was called out for its science. Similarly, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also, when she was completely... excuse me, let me finish now. Okay, you don't want to listen. What can I do, sir? Can't have a conversation with you. Look,
your viewers are seeing who's
I'm only telling you, sir, I'm only telling you that there was a significant... Okay, one second. Mr. Jain, let's not get into a slanging match every night. I'm not interested in banding words with you, sir. I'm only banding facts. Let's go fact to fact. The criticism came fast onto the Congress party. The Congress, after a few days, responds. This is exactly the same pattern when Hindus were killed and attacked in Bangladesh, right after those horrible turn of events there, viewers. Complete silence from the great All Eyes on Rafah Brigade, let me tell you. All Eyes on Gaza Brigade. Complete silence, dead. Only once the media made it a big issue did some hurried flurry of ex-post emerge. Let me bring in Dr. Ranganathan. What do you make of this, Dr. Ranganathan? Are we overblowing this?
I don't know what to say, Rahul. Let's be just thankful that he didn't sing Pakistani national anthem. But the fact of the matter is not about anthems. It's not about what you remember. It's about what you do, your deeds. And you look at the way Congress and its leaders are behaving as far as India's security is concerned. You look at the appeasement that has gone absolutely haywire in the last 10 years, especially in the Congress-ruled states. You look at what's happening in Jharkhand, where not just Hindus are protesting against the illegal immigration, but Christians. And you look at the instances of love jihad, where Christians are protesting in Kerala. So while Hindus were protesting all these issues, nobody batted an eyelid. But when other minorities have started this, then the alarm bells are ringing. But I'm afraid in many situations it's a bit too late. I'll tell you why. Because the fact of the matter is, if you look at particularly Assam and Bengal, there are now 9 districts that border Bangladesh that are Muslim majority. And I'm talking of the census records that are 14 years old. We should have had a census by now. It would be alarming, the data that would come out of it. And you know what is even more alarming than that? That the border cumulative kilometers long that is shared by these districts with Bangladesh is almost 500 kilometers. Do I need to spell it out? What doom awaits us all?
So let me just bring in Mr. Gupta one final time before I move out of this and sum up another very important and sizable development. Mr. Gupta, there's one other thing that I want to talk a little bit about. You see, anyone who knows the politics and the polity of Assam realizes how sensitive an issue it is about infiltration, and specifically infiltration from Bangladesh of Bengali-speaking people, whether they're Hindus or Muslims. There's a problem there, as you know. The Congress sort of playing into that, I would feel, is being a little insensitive also to Ahomi sentiments. Am I right, or am I completely off the charts here?
You're absolutely correct, Rahul, but then they do not care for those sentiments, because for them, the minority vote bank is the priority. If they really cared for the sentiments, they wouldn't have cared for the sentiments just in Assam. They would have cared for it country over. Just today, Rahul Gandhi, in his speech in Bihar, how he was talking about the Yamuna, how he was talking about the Chhat Puja, that tells you how the Congress feels overall about several Hindu communities, not just in Assam, across India. And it stems from their insecurity to secure the minority vote bank at any cost, and that's what's going on in Assam.
Well,
so you're
I mean,
spot on.
I just hope that it's not as cynical as that. I just hope it isn't, viewers. But if it is, then unfortunately we are on a slippery slope, let me tell you. And the Assam election will be one that we'll have to really closely watch out for. I remember the last time, against the late Mr. Gogoi's wishes, the former Chief Minister's wishes, they tied up with the AUDF. In fact, even Kapil Sibal and others criticized the Congress for doing so. And I'm talking about a sectarian party, the AUDF.